Welcome back, everybody, to another episode of The FrEEK Show. And we're doing things a little bit different today, and I'm not just saying that because I'm wearing a headset, but the reason I'm wearing the headset is because today we are joined by Moose.
Hey, everyone.
Yeah, while we were talking about this week's FrEEK Show, and I was asking for an opinion from her, when I got to this topic, she got really, really excited, so I thought that it would be hilarious to go and actually have both of us on it. So, alrighty, so today, I'm sure that you could tell by the thumbnail and the title and everything, today we are going to be talking about the Whole House and the Devil Baby. Now, you had never heard of Whole House Devil Baby, right?
No, I have never heard of anything like that.
Alright, well, I'll go ahead and get into that in a few minutes, but before we actually get started on it, I do want to go and take a moment to actually talk about Whole House itself and kind of like the background and the history on it, just because as I was researching, I found all this super interesting stuff. So, cool?
Cool.
Awesome. So Whole House was originally built in 1856 by Charles J. Hull. He was a teacher, Harvard Law graduate, real estate magnate, and a philanthropist. And he worked a lot to fight against the poverty and things like that, as well as he was setting up subdivisions and selling land in payment installments so that poorer people could actually start owning land. It's actually pretty cool, if you ask me.
This does sound like the setup for like every cheesy horror movie about like a devil house that I've heard in my life.
Really? It's always like a good guy? Because I'm pretty sure with Hill House it wasn't that case.
Listen, but it sounds like, you know, a guy who's like got money to spare, he's like super well educated, and it's just a setup for something that's gonna go really, really badly, really fast.
Well, let's continue on with it. Charles died in 1889, leaving his estate to his cousin Helen Culver. Helen was a teacher as well as a philanthropist. She originally rented out the whole house to Jane Addams, but she ended up giving it to Addams as well as donated a ton of money to the settlement housing that it became. Now, have you heard of Jane Addams before?
I don't think I have.
Let me tell you about Jane Addams.
Oh boy.
No, this is really, really awesome. Like, I know I said that about Charles. Charles ain't got nothing on Jane Addams, okay?
Okay.
Jane Addams was an American settlement activist, a reformer, social worker, sociologist, public administrator, author, suffrage advocate, among so many other things, including the first woman to receive an honorary master's degree from Yale, as well as the first American woman to win the Nobel Peace Prize. She also co-funded the ACLU, or the American Civil Liberties Union.
Okay. Not only does she sound amazing, but like I'm sold because of the sociologist thing. I mean,
she was also a lesbian too. I don't have that in my notes. I didn't think to throw it in there, but I mean, yeah, she was a lesbian, supposedly.
Wow.
All right. So
someone
Adam.
new to Stan.
Huh?
I said someone new to Stan.
Okay. So Addams opened the Whole House as a settlement housing project to help women, children, and immigrants in Chicago. At the time, the area was not a nice area at all. Okay? But this place, they worked a lot to go and help the betterment of, like, poor people and women and children and immigrants, and they opened up, like, a preschool and kindergarten. They offered other classes and stuff like that. Like, this place was, like, amazing.
That sounds awesome, actually.
Right? And then the Devil Baby comes in. Let's talk about the Devil Baby.
Oh.
Alright, so actually, you've heard of the movie Rosemary's Baby, right?
Yes, I actually have that recorded on my TiVo.
Well, that movie was actually based off the legend of the Devil Baby.
Oh.
So, there's a couple variations of the Devil Baby. I'm going to go ahead and get into the main one. They all center around 1912, 1913. Okay?
Okay.
Alright, so here is the main story. A devout Catholic woman had married an atheist man. When she tried hanging up a picture of the Virgin Mary, the husband ripped it down, declaring, "I would rather have the devil in my house." The wife then became pregnant and gave birth to a baby. which was said to have scaled skin, horns, cloven hooves, and the ability to walk and talk at birth. Some stories say that the baby immediately ran around the room, pointing his finger at the husband reproachfully. And some stories even say he took the cigar out of the husband's mouth and began smoking it. I know, it's a lot to take in. It's a lot to take in.
First of all, what he did, that's how you get demons.
Yeah, right.
Care, like, what you believe in, that's how you get demons.
Hey, he invited it into the house, you know? Like, oh, I would rather have the devil in here.
Look, second of all, this kid sounds it sounds like my little cousin. And you know what that's like.
Could you just imagine, like, a baby just coming out, scale skin, horns, cloven hooves, and just running around going, "Fuck you, Dad, give me that cigar." Like,
starting out early.
Every single time I think of it, I think of that baby from Roger Rabbit.
I want to talk to you about the Acme murder. Hey, stop. Why don't you run downstairs and get me a racing form?
Oh! Yes! That's exactly what I was thinking.
Exactly. That's exactly the thing that came into my mind. Every single time I hear this story, I think of that baby from Roger Rabbit.
I love that.
So, the couple then left the child at Hull House. When Adams went to take it to the church to get baptized, the baby escaped and ran around the church laughing, jumping on pews.
Hold up. Okay, like, that part, like, is a little weird because, like, aren't, like, demons and, like, unholy whatever not supposed to be able to step foot on holy ground?
Supposedly?
Whatever.
Alright, let's go on with the story.
Okay.
Adams then locked the child in the attic.
That went from 0 to 100 so fast.
Yes.
Like, my guy wanted a demon child. He got it, and then he's like, never mind.
Nope. And then the people that he gave it to tried getting it baptized. When that didn't work, they just locked it up in the attic. Some stories say that the baby stayed there in the attic. Other stories say that when Adams tried to baptize the baby herself, the child ran away into the surrounding neighborhoods, never to return.
Did she have, like, a return to this address collar on it? Like, did she microchip it?
No, it just escaped. You have to keep in mind, this is 1912. They ain't had no microchips.
Put up lost signs, like, lost Satan, baby. It's got scales and horns.
It's just on the back.
Answers to the name Beelzebub.
Just imagine the back of that milk carton.
The kid looking at the milk carton while they're eating breakfast, like, Mom,
Yep.
I'm worried.
Yep.
I'm worried.
Okay, so, alright, so I do have to bring this up because people say that years later at a bar in Bridgeport, which is one of the surrounding areas, that there was a mysterious stranger that had hooves and other deformities that ended up jumping out the window of the bar and smashing the concrete where it landed, and it ran off. And that happened years later. I don't have it in front of me, but I'm pretty sure that happened in the 70s.
So, like, not only is it like a hoofed, horned, scaled, whatever, but apparently it's got, like, Hulk strength.
Yeah, apparently.
I hate that.
Well, I mean, if you stop to think about it, I mean, the baby was running around the moment it was born, talking.
Yeah, that's true.
I mean, you go and just starting off so young, moving around, like, you're bound to get muscles, you know?
Leg day every day. It's like putting weights on a toddler's ankles.
All right, and the other popular legend about it is almost the same thing. This is a Jewish legend now. A Jewish father of 6 girls said when his wife became pregnant with her 7th child that he would rather have the devil than another girl. And you could pretty much just kind of insert the rest of the devil baby story.
So either way, like, these dudes asked this child to be born as
hands down.
Satan.
Hands down they did.
Wow.
All right, but here's where things kind of take a little bit of a turn. All right.
A turn, sir. They've already turned. So they turned like the first sentence of the story when he was like, "I'd rather have Satan."
It's going to turn
like,
again. It's going to turn again. All right, so Jane Addams denies all claims of the devil baby. Like, they got people knocking on their door, calling nonstop, and this happened for weeks, for months. Like, it even got to the point where the Chicago, I'm pretty sure the Chicago Tribune actually had to do a story on it, because that's how popular and how insane this all got. Jane Addams went and wrote an article for The Atlantic about it, as well as she dedicated 40 pages of her autobiography debunking the devil baby.
So she was seriously trying to get people to be like, just leave it alone.
Yep.
It's not real.
Yep.
Which, like, makes it seem like she's definitely, like, covering it up and hiding something.
I told you that things were going to take a turn here. While Addams denies that any child like that had ever been there, she did say that the whole house was haunted. Yep. When first shown Hill House, wow. When first shown Hull House. Now I have to do that again, thanks.
Sorry.
When first shown Hull House, Adams says that the real estate agent that showed them the property was kind of avoiding the upstairs area. Her and her partner kept on asking and asking to see it, so finally the real estate agent brought him upstairs. And there was a picture of water in front of the attic door. And they kept asking about it, and finally the real estate told them that the previous residence, which was another housing for senior women and also a used furniture store, they had put the picture there because they believed the attic to be haunted, and they believed that spirits couldn't pass running water. So they put a picture of water in front of the door, hoping to keep the spirits at bay. That actually happened. She talks about this. Like, she was actually told that.
I'm very confused as to why they would put a picture of water.
I don't know. A lot of people are. A lot of people are.
That's definitely weird, though.
Yep, and it gets a little weirder. Claims of a woman in white can be seen and heard in one of the upstairs bedrooms. Adams herself claims to have witnessed it, and she actually had somebody else come in and stay the night in that room, and they ended up seeing a full-on apparition at like the front of the bed. It is thought that the ghost of the woman in white was the wife of Charles Hull, who had passed away in the house.
Maybe as like a warning spirit, like trying to ward off the spawn of Satan that she had.
Well, this happened before that. Like, this was like right after they first moved in, so we're talking like at least a good 10 years before the whole rumors of the devil baby.
Huh.
Yeah, like it got to the point where she stopped sleeping in that room. She originally started off sleeping in that room, and she ended up moving to another room because she would always wake up hearing somebody pace, like walk around the room.
Huh.
And then another claim of a ghost is that of a hooded monk that is said to be seen walking the staircase. There's even pictures that people have posted online about. Like,
where did the monk come from?
Nobody knows. No clue. No clue. And then there's also stories.
This is the first time a monk has even been mentioned.
I know,
Where
but
did the monk come from?
I don't know. Nobody quite knows. One of the podcasts I was listening to was just like, oh yeah, that was definitely the dad. He came in with a hooded robe and trying to keep his face covered and just dropping off this deformed baby. But yeah, there's nothing to like suggest that anything like that should be in there, I don't think. Unless I missed something in the research.
That's super weird.
And there is also stories of 3 little ghost girls that can be seen and heard playing around outside a fountain.
Okay, I guess that kind of makes sense with like the original purpose of all that
It
stuff
can,
was
yeah.
for.
But there's no record of any little girls dying.
Oh. Well, I mean, just because there's no record of it doesn't mean it didn't happen, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I'm sure there are, like, tons of deaths that just weren't recorded during those times, because, you know, even now there's deaths that don't get recorded that happen.
True.
So, I mean, that's plausible. The monk, however, no. I ain't buying
There's
that.
pictures. I saw a picture online while I was doing research.
You know that's, like,
Oh,
the spirit of the dad being like, screw you guys.
But yeah,
I released a spawn of Satan onto the world. Now, one last fuck you. I'm gonna make everything think there's a monk here.
So yeah, that's about it for the Whole House and the Devil Baby. What do you think?
That was wild.
Right? Are you happy that I had this idea to do this episode together?
I am. God, that was an adventure.
It was, wasn't it?
And honestly, like, I know we talk about it all the time, but I really do want to go to, like, some of these places and stay the night.
So
like, especially where they keep seeing the woman in white and stuff.
So
I
this
definitely wanna go
particular
stay.
place, it is now a museum dedicated to Jane Addams. So like you can go there, you can take like a ghost tour. I heard that you're not allowed inside though.
Well, that's dumb.
Or maybe it's just like the one area that had like the ghost of the monk ghost. I heard some people, one of the podcasts I was listening to about it, they had actually gone to a Whole House for like a tour. And like one of the guys was saying that like the area that people are always capturing pictures of the monk, they have to take it through glass because they can't go in, and the glass is a little frosted, so it can very easily go in. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
So yeah.
But I want to go to places like this. Like, I want to actually travel to, like, the Lizzie Borden house.
Oh my gosh, that would be so much fun.
I want to go to these places and, like, stay the night. And is it chill if I, like, plug my episode that I'm doing next?
No, not at all. What are we doing next week?
So next week, I have decided to tackle the topic of the Trans-Allegheny Lunatic Asylum in Weston. I used to live like 15 minutes outside of Weston. I've been to the asylum. I've had experiences at the asylum.
Holy shit.
So I
Yeah,
think
you can
that'll
most
be an
definitely talk
interesting
about like your experiences there and everything. I know when I did the Resurrection Mary video the other week, excuse me, I may or may not have had encounters. It's really hard to say. Like, I'll tell you a story sometime, but I didn't want to go and include my own stories just because I had no actual proof. It could have been anything. But yeah. But
I
yeah,
think one day we should do an episode where we talk about like our spoopy phenomenon experiences,
Oh,
like our
God.
ghost stories and stuff.
Oh God.
Because you know we've got tons of them.
Oh yeah. What do you guys think? Would you guys like to see that? Let us know.
Yeah, let us know in the comments. We'd love suggestions and stuff. I think that could be a really interesting episode.
It could be. All right, you guys. Thank you very much for watching the Freak Show. Tune in next week when Moose talks about a lunatic asylum.
Stay spooky, guys.
Stay spooky. Peace.